Mr. Thompson, you can unmute, start your video, and tell me your name, please. There you go. Your name?
Okay. Marvin Thompson.
All right, wait a minute. We're not getting a very good connection. Where are you?
I'm home right now.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I'm home right now.
Should you understand me, son?
You hear me?
I'm home right at the house.
You're home now? Okay, just stay right there. You're going in and out. Just stay right there. You have a probation violation. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
You have a charge that alleges you failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered, balance $100. And also that you failed to provide proof of completing 30 hours of community service by July 1 of 25. If you plead guilty, or if you're found guilty, that would be 2 technical violations. You could get 10 days. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand, sir. But I got in an accident.
Hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
So
Hang on.
okay.
Wait, please. This is going to be hard enough. I can tell. You're going in and out. I need you seated somewhere with a light on so I can see your face. And I need there. And now have a seat somewhere where we can get a good connection. There you go. That's much better. All right. Now, just stay right there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So those are the 2 charges. You have the right to a hearing. You're presumed innocent. They have to prove that you're guilty by a preponderance of the evidence. You have the right to bring in your own witnesses. You have the right to testify or remain silent. If you remain silent, that silence would not be held against you. Plead guilty, you're giving up all those rights. And there will not be a hearing of any kind. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now you have the right to a lawyer. If you want a lawyer, I'll give you a lawyer at public expense. Would you like a lawyer?
I don't know. But I got my reason why I didn't finish it.
Here's how it's going to work. When you tell me if you want a lawyer or not, I'm going to give you a lawyer if you want one. If you tell me, Judge, I waive my right to a lawyer, I'm going to ask you how you plead. This isn't going to be a conversation. And then I'm going to ask you if you plead guilty, whether or not you're guilty, and I'll establish that you are guilty if that's how you choose to proceed. If you plead not guilty, I'm going to get the probation officer in here and we're going to have a hearing. Do you understand that?
Well, okay, I don't want no lawyer. And I plead not guilty.
I can't hear you. Listen, I don't want to make you come here from Listen, I don't want to make you come here from North Carolina. I don't know what device you're on, but I'm not getting a good feed here, okay? So
Yes.
Just stay. Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Do you want a lawyer?
No, sir.
I'm going to ask you now how you plead. To the charge that you failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered of $100 with a $100 balance, how do you plead?
Not guilty to that because I got a reason why I didn't finish that.
Hang on.
Good reason too.
Hang on. That's part of an explanation. Okay?
Well,
I'll get probation over here. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you. We're just going to have a hearing. That's what I'm going to do, okay? We'll just have a hearing as to whether or not you paid your $100 when you were supposed to. I need Beth in here. And whether or not you completed your community service and provided proof. So stay where you're at. Mute yourself. Try to get yourself in a good location. We'll have a hearing then, okay?
Okay.
Joshua Edward Schaefer. 215-235-3218.
Again, for the record, Your Honor, House Counsel Attorney Mike Baldwin, he did fight Baldwin said on behalf of Mr.
Your name, sir?
Josh.
He's going to plead to no ops. They're going to dismiss the suspend. True?
Correct.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty here, the possible penalties are up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that? Did you sign an advice of rights and read and understand the rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. You understand everything?
Yes.
To the charge, no valid operator license on your person. How do you plead?
Guilty.
On the 24th of March of 21, were you in the city of Flat Rock County of Lane operating a motor vehicle on Telegraph near Breland at roughly 3:37 p.m.?
Yes.
Do you have a valid license with you on your person?
No, sir.
Are you on probation or parole? Were you on probation on March 24 of 21? Anybody force you to plead guilty or promise you anything to induce you to plead guilty?
That's
Plea is accepted, the no ops, the suspends dismissed. I'm ready for sentence. Anything you'd like to say? Where's he been?
Yeah, and that's exactly where I was going. So in my notes, Judge, about early.
He lives on West Jefferson in Brownstown. right?
I'm gonna explain. About early 2022, he went into jail, county,
I'm sorry, what?
county jail.
When was that though?
Sometime in early 22. He picked up another offense while in the facility, which put him on a discharge of January 25. He walks into.
Of what year? 23 or 22?
25, January 25, he comes out, so you did 3.
You did 3 years?
There was some, hold on, that's okay. We're recording, so we have to make sure we don't talk over each other. I'll Judge, he did 3 years county time because, he had an offense while in the facility.
What was he locked up for 3 years for?
I went in for driving on suspended and they gave me 6 months, no fines, no costs, no probation, no nothing. And while I was in there, I got to a fight and 2 guards got hurt and I got charged for that.
So he came out in January of 25, he's turned himself in to take.
You got in a fight with corrections officers?
No, sir. No,
They just got hurt, they were.
yeah, it was, I got into a fight with another inmate and the officers got hurt. One dislocated their shoulder and the other one busted their head on a bed.
So that's where he's been. But Judge, he did walk in.
In August. Why didn't he walk in January? Why didn't you walk in January?
I honestly thought this was taken care of. It's been a long time and I swear to you, sir,
We thought,
I could have swore it was taken care of. Due jail time, I thought it was due jail time. It was taken care of. Like a concurrent.
how could he have been, what month did you go in what year?
I'm not exactly sure the month, sir.
Here's early 22, Judge.
Lives on West Jefferson?
No, I moved to maybe Michigan.
Do you work?
Yes, sir, backyard products. Oh, machine operator.
What else? Anything else?
But Judge, as we get older, we change. He realized that he had to take care of this. He's here. He's ready to take responsibility. I will note, Judge, I did see a 2025 police report, so I think that he may have another DWLS coming down the pipe.
So you got 6 months on a driving suspended?
They offered me to do certain time on it.
Hang on a second. Let's slow down. Where were you that caused you to get 6 months on a driving suspended?
No.
So on a drive while, was it drive while suspended or a drive while revoked?
You actually helped me break that cycle by lifting the suspension I had on my license.
For the insurance, right?
Oh, geez. He's got a GB.
Well, one was pled down to a misdemeanor, Judge.
I know, but the offense date was July 13 of 23. I thought he was in custody in 23.
I think that was the offense while he was in custody is when it happened. So he was a ward of the state when that, or the county when that happened.
Well, he just told me he got 6 months out of Monroe, right?
That was the original charge.
I get it.
And then while I was in there, it was like.
Well, I got an offense date for. Pull him up, please. I don't see him. You gotta put in his first name. It's Joshua. Look at number 4 and look at number 4. This was out of Brownstown. You were charged with assault. Can you go down? Down a little more. It was a domestic violence from July of 23.
Okay.
Where were you then? It's out of Brownstown. You couldn't have been in
I
the.
went to Wayne County, Brownstown took me to Wayne County, I did.
Listen to what I'm telling. You were out of custody in July of 23. True or false?
True.
I thought you just told me, you guys just told me he was in custody for 3 years.
Yeah, his story's not adding up. 22 to 25, that's why.
This was prior, you said 21, the charge is in 21.
Our
You asked
ticket
where I've been lately, that's where I was at lately.
the ticket was in 21.
Yes,
This ticket was in 20.
yes.
And my inquiry is as to why he didn't show up on this case, like people that tell me
22.
that he's been in custody. He was in custody until January of this year. And he was in custody for 3 years. This offense out of Brownstown happened in July of 23. If you were in custody for 3 years until January and 25, I promise you were in custody in July of 23.
Right.
That was only 18 months before you were released from the Monroe County.
Sir, the ticket was in 2021. After that, I went to jail when I got that ticket. That's what I was trying to explain to you.
What he's saying, what the judge is saying is, where have you been that you didn't take care of the file?
Well, I was in jail, and then now that I got on, I've been working. I'm trying to take care of it now. That's
Judge, he wasn't in jail in 23, obvious.
You weren't.
I was absolutely in jail in 23.
Well,
I went to Brownstown, took me to Wayne.
Hang on 1 second. Lisa, am I missing something? Can you tell me the offense date on that? I see it was arraigned on assault with intent to do great bodily harm in July of 23. Judge Hessen arraigned him
Still on probation.
to the Wayne County Circuit Court, right?
Yes,
When did that offense happen?
and 23, July.
Well, then you couldn't have been in custody in 23. It happened in Brownstown is all I'm saying to you.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that. I was absolutely incarcerated. I went from the jail in Detroit to Monroe.
Judge, there's no valid reason why he
All
didn't.
right,
So
let's let it go.
you weren't in jail in 20. You weren't in jail from 22 to 20 because you were out in 23.
That is absolutely incorrect. I've been incarcerated.
Don't start
And-
hang on. Don't start pointing your
How can you tell me I'm lying right
Hang on a second.
Sorry, I
Don't
apologize.
start pointing your finger at me. I'm trying to get.
No, I was putting in the paper, sorry.
We're just have a casual discussion and hold your position.
Can
You're
you
seeing something that doesn't add up, that's all.
Okay.
can you tell me what the offense date was on that GB? It's a 23 case. You couldn't have been in custody. It was a 23 case out of Brownstown.
I swear to you, sir, I'll give you my probation officer's number. You can call it right now, sir. I was absolutely incarcerated.
Unless that was one of those that happened 2 years earlier. Can you make heads or tails out of that, Lisa?
The way my probation.
Hang on 1 second.
Hold on.
Are you talking about the felony charge?
Yeah, 23B715135. I'm trying to
Yeah.
find the.
It's showing an offense date of July 13th of 23.
Right. So if there was an offense date of July 13 of 23 out of Brownstown, you couldn't have been in the Monroe County Jail.
I went to Brownstown, and then from Brownstown, I went to Monroe because I had a warrant out of Monroe for the driving unsuspended. They offered me 6 months,
Okay.
and within that 6 months, I got in trouble. I got into a fight and hurt the officers. Well, the officers got hurt. I did not hurt them.
I believe you, but you
Is it possible that?
you acknowledge that you weren't in custody at the time of this case out of Brownstown that allegedly happened on July 13 of 23, for which you're on probation now. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were telling me that you were in custody for 3 years until January of 25. Now, I don't have to be that good at math. If you were in custody for 3 years and got out in January 25, that means sometime around early 22, you were in custody from there until January 25. That's all I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you.
Right, is it possible it was 23 to 20?
I've heard enough. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Got it.
Anything else?
No, Judge.
Anything else?
Fines and costs. It's an old case. I explained to him this needs to be cleaned up.
If he was in custody for 3 years, I was going to give him credit for time served. That's why I was belaboring
Thank
the
you,
point.
Judge.
Anything else?
No.
100 fines, 120 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 40 in attorney fees, 385 or 90 days. Can you pay that today?
I have half right now, and my wife can go get a loan from my in-law.
Yeah, I don't need you to get a loan. You pay 190 now, and I'm just going to give you until September 26th to pay this. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
If you don't have the money, you can either call the court, go on Zoom with me on or before the due date, or you can come in here and talk to me on or before the due date, okay?
We apologize for the.
It's all right. Forget it. Forget it. Good luck. Marvin Robert Harrison Thompson, Marvin Robert Thompson, the second, 25M 706-027. All right, Ms. Wild, your name? Can you hear me, Mr. Thompson?
All right, let's talk about that. Judge Pope's docket in this session had some classic Zoom courtroom flavor: spotty connections, long-winded explanations, and a defendant whose timeline of custody didn't quite add up. Things started with Warren Thompson, appearing from home on a probation violation EPT, cutting in and out, and Pope had to stop him mid-explanation to remind him. First, decide if you want a lawyer, then enter a plea. Thompson tried to explain his reasons for missing fines and community service, but the judge wasn't having a half conversation through a bad connection. He entered a not guilty plea, called in probation, and scheduled a hearing. It was a reminder that clarity and procedure matter more than excuses over shaky Wi-Fi. Then came Joshua Edward Schulfer, and this one turned into a math problem with time served. He pled G, having his license on him, with a suspended license charge dismissed. Straightforward enough until sentencing. His attorney tried to explain that Schulfer had served 3 years in jail, getting out in January 2025. Schulfer chimed in, saying he thought the case was already taken care of by that time. But then the judge pointed out a problem. Records showed Schulfer picked up a new offense in July 2023. If he was locked up from early 2022 straight through to January 2025, how did that offense happen? Schulfer got flustered, waving papers at the screen, insisting his probation officer could confirm, and trying to reconcile Monroe County jail time with a Brownstown assault case. Judge Pope pressed firmly but respectfully, reminding him that the math just didn't work. You couldn't have been in custody in 2023 if you committed an offense that year, he said, bluntly but without anger. In the end, Pope stopped the circular debate, imposed fines and costs totaling $385, and set a payment plan. He even gave Schulfer the option to call in or Zoom if he couldn't pay by the due date, underscoring that accountability comes with flexibility if you stay in contact. The exchange showed Pope at his best, patient enough to hear the story, sharp enough to catch inconsistencies, and steady when the defendant's explanations spun in circles. Schulfer wasn't evasive so much as overwhelmed, but the judge made sure the record reflected facts, not confusion. The overall atmosphere of this docket swung between tense and almost comic. Watching Pope try to line up Zoom connections, cut through contradictions, and remind defendants not to point their fingers at the camera made for a hearing equal parts procedural and human. His mix of patience, firmness, and occasional exasperation kept everything grounded. Time to break this one down. Judge Pope kept the proceedings focused even when defendants couldn't keep their stories straight, turning a muddled record into clear orders with payment plans and review dates. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.